everybody. So, I'm Rob.
And I'm Brian.
And this is actually our first podcast. Believe it or not. You'll probably believe it. So, a little bit about us. We're going to sit here and have a couple of drinks and just talk about life. And, you know, a little bit of history is where this came from. You know, we used to just sit around and have a few drinks and maybe play cards or what have you, and just start these conversations that we thought, you know, we should record this, or, you know, somebody else should really be listening to this. I don't know who would want to or anything like that, but
exactly. It's just, we talked about like life, girls, and just any other random topic, and we were like, we want to record this either not just for us, but for pretty much for anyone who just wants to listen to us and have a friend in the world. And we got our start with this when we went to the Niagara Falls Comic Convention this year and saw Kevin Smith. And if you guys haven't seen Kevin Smith, I wasn't a huge fan of Kevin Smith. I actually didn't know who Kevin Smith was.
I'm a huge fan.
Until this man kind of bred me on it. It's like, dude, if you need to know something, just start with his first movie called Clerks. You're gonna like it. I swear to you.
Well, I don't ever want to promise that anybody's gonna like Clerks.
Clerks
is. It's an acquired taste. It's an acquired taste. But you know what? I mean, but that's what I love about Kevin Smith is that he is an acquired taste, and again, where all this really came about was, you know, we saw Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. If you're unfamiliar, Jay and Silent Bob.
Exactly.
They were doing their podcast live from the Niagara Falls Comic Con, which was just a great time. Great time.
Yeah.
If you're from the area, we're from the Buffalo area, so Niagara Falls is right around the corner. If you're from the area, Niagara Falls Comic Con is just an awesome event to go wander around. You can meet all sorts of people.
Like 5 different Doctor Who's and 10 different Batmans.
Oh yeah, I mean there's tons of people, tons of cosplayers.
The
whole 9 yards. And as far as Comic Cons go, honestly, it's decent.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't say it's not up there with San Diego or New York or Toronto even, but it's up there.
Exactly.
It's a good Comic Con.
I'm not a huge fan of comics because I really haven't gotten into comics, but like after going through this, it's just I've really grown to actually appreciate comics and their art forms because you've seen so many vendors, so many artists, so many fantastic artwork, to superstars from Lou Ferrigno to Vern Troyer to even HBK. Yes, a WWE legend is actually in these things, and just all these random people and selling stuff for Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and all this other crazy stuff. And
yeah,
it's just
you don't have to be a fan of comics to enjoy a Comic Con, because you know what, you're probably, even if you're not a fan of comics, you're probably a fan of the comic book movies that are just out in droves now.
Exactly.
Just droves.
Because Walt Disney owns them.
Oh, Marvel is just shoving it down your throat right now.
And shing with the money.
But yeah, I mean, but nevertheless, so we were lucky enough to get tickets to go see Jay and Silent Bob do their podcast, and Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes do their podcast, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old. And, you know, for years we had been talking about how, you know, we should have people listen to us just getting drunk and having a conversation. And we saw these guys on stage, you know, just doing it. Just doing it. And it was kind of like, well, that's why can't we do that?
Exactly.
Why couldn't we do that? So, regardless of how many people are going to end up listeing to it and things like that,
for doing it.
yeah, if you are one of those
awesome.
4 people that are going to be listening,
awesome,
great,
you rock.
good on you. Thank you. But no, you know, regardless of who's going to be listening, why don't we just do it? Because we've talked about doing it for years,
exactly.
For years now, and
we've
it's
had
like,
these things. We're like, hey,
why not? So why not? And that's
a philosophy that we're trying to strive from, because we learned that from Kevin Smith, who lives on that why not philosophy, saying, okay, oh, you can't do this, oh, you can't do this. Well, why not? Well,
yeah, why not?
You can't do a podcast. We're doing it right now.
Why can't you make a movie with your friends? You know, why can't you make whatever art form you have in your soul, just get it out there. I don't want to say that what we're doing right now is art. Yeah. It's not. We're just bullshitting our way through a podcast to see if we could do it.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Exactly.
but you know, and I mean, we've been artists in so many other ways in our lives that you know, and let's face it, we're failed artists.
Pretty much.
You know, we're failed musicians, we're failed writers, you know,
Yeah, we're like
we're
the
failed artists. But you know what? At least we've done it. We've done
Exactly.
it. We've tried it.
Exactly.
You know, we still enjoy doing it
Oh,
for the fun of it, and that's really what this is going to be, I think.
Exactly. It's just, you know, we're not like the A list, you know, packet A where you go for your section A. We're pretty much packet Q, where you get like at least 2 pictures and hope to God it works. It's just with us, it's something that we love to do, and it's just, you know, if it happens, it happens. It doesn't. But we're gonna have a damn good ride doing it, and I can't do it better than this guy right here.
Right.
How you doing?
I mean, and so I mean, for years we've been having these conversations while we've been having drinks, and just to dispel any notions out there. We are pushing 30 years of age, so we for years we have been legally drinking and having this conversation.
Well, maybe not.
Well, that's not that. I mean, we're not delving into that. We don't condone any underage drinking or anything like that. No, I mean, yeah, and we have been drinking for longer than we've been 21. But again, we are right around the corner from Canada. Some of those were up in Canada when we were 19, and it's perfectly legal. But in any event,
but speaking of which, like, what if we weren't such failed artists and doing our 9 to 5 grind? What would you be doing if we weren't selling mattresses or working?
Well, I mean, what are you saying? Like, what's the actual question?
As far as like, if we weren't failed musicians and doing a 9 to 5 grind that we are in our 30s, and if we had a crystal ball and would change back time, what would you be doing if you weren't doing what you're doing now?
Oh, I don't know, fucking anything. I mean, that's just. I mean, how do you know what you'd be doing anywhere?
What was your passion for music? Like, what drove you to music versus like art or being a preacher or writing a book or being an author?
I've thought of doing every single one of those things in life. You know, at some point in life, I've thought of doing all of those things. You know what I mean?
All right.
So I mean, it's weird that you even bring up like being a preacher. Like I've considered like I went to Catholic school when I was growing up. You know. And it wasn't too far off to assume that somebody out of our class would end up being a priest or something like that, you know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
Like, so, I mean, it was, you know, and we're talking back when I was, I don't even know, in the 4th, 5th grade, you know what I mean?
I can see.
You know, so, yeah, I mean, yeah, and you're indoctrinated in this Catholic school nonsense, and yeah, so I mean the thought comes up, you know. So I've thought about doing every job on the planet,
Rob,
you know. Yeah, I mean every job on the planet. You know, I mean, hell, if you want to get specific, officially, I am an ordained minister. Yeah, through the, and I don't want to knock them. I don't want to make them seem they're any lesser of an organization than they are. The Universal Life Church. It's an online thing. You can go ahead and get yourself ordained at any point you want. And the reason that I did it is I thought I might have had to perform a marriage at one point for a friend back towards in college and whatnot. And so I just went ahead. I got myself ordained, and I mean, Universal Life Church. I mean, it's pretty cool. I don't want to preach or anything.
No.
You know, because I mean, I'm not. You know me. I'm not religious really at all. But no, it's pretty cool. You know, they're accepting of all people. You know, believe what you want to believe.
So
that
like
kind of
so
thing.
Like you are you
but kind of. I mean, you know, I don't know a whole lot about Unitarianism. I have a couple of friends who were very big in the Unitarian religion, and I don't know enough about it to really make a comparison or anything like that. So I don't want to go too deep. I don't want to get too deep into religion. I don't want to alienate anybody or anything like that.
We all love everybody. It's all good.
But yeah, no, I mean, I am. Like I said, if you delved into it, officially I am an ordained minister. So
what are you doing next year? But yeah, it's just I kind of felt like that. I'm with my friend being from the Catholic basis. I went all public, so yeah, so I pretty much knew anybody and everybody that went there. And then I met him, and he just never knew what public school was, and then he opened his eyes to high school.
That's not necessarily true. I mean, you got to remember. I mean, before I was in private school, I was in public school. I went to elementary school in a public school for a little while, and then Really what it was the one year, by halfway through the year, I was bringing home what's called quote unquote homework assignments.
Okay.
That were the exact same thing that you know, your parents,
Right.
you know, they keep all your crap
They all
from you know, the years before and things like that.
Yeah.
And so I was bringing home homework assignments that were the exact same thing as things that I turned in the previous year.
Okay.
And so it was just repetitious stuff, and my mom looked at it and went, well, how's he learning anything if they're just doing the same stuff 2 years in a row?
Exactly.
And that's when she was like, all right, well, I've had enough. I gotta get him into private school. Because I don't know, for some reason she thought I was smarter than that.
Okay.
You know, to her credit, maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. I don't know.
Fair enough, man.
I know that in school, no matter what school, I got bored really quick, and I don't know if it was a matter of I was too intelligent, so I just kept getting bored, or if it was a matter of my attention span was 0, so I just got bored. But yeah, so I was in public school for a little while, and then they moved me to private school, which was a completely different
Did you feel like you got more
environment.
More out of private than public, or do you think you got more out of public than private?
Oh, I mean, they're two different worlds, you know. I mean, it's hard to explain. Okay, so let me put it this way. In private school, okay, so in public school, let's say, how many kids were in your class in a classroom with you at any, not your full class size, in a classroom with you at any point?
Probably anywhere between 14, probably between 14 to 25.
Okay, that was my entire class.
Wow.
That was my entire class. So the kids that I started going to school with, you know, in the earlier grades and whatever, and moved up until middle school, they were the same kids. Same kids the whole way through. You knew everyone because there were like 24 kids in your class total. My graduating class, and I mean, I say graduating, but middle school graduation, you know, so after 8th grade. That graduating class was, I think, 23, 24 kids. And those were kids that I had known for, you know, the entirety of my school career.
Me, I'm just used to like saying, okay, I know you, I don't like you, you're really cool, like half the time, other half the time you suck.
Oh, I mean, you still have that, just on a smaller scale. You know what I mean? But the problem is that you knew all of them.
Exactly.
And you couldn't really, you couldn't afford to make enemies. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't have that.
Exactly, because I know where you live.
Like the school, you know, the class couldn't be split into fractions or you know, because, or factions rather, not fractions, factions, because, you know, I mean, you all know each other. You gotta be there with each other every single day.
Fair enough.
So, you know, there is a bond there. And I say that, and I mean, here we are pushing 30. And don't let his earlier comments fool you. We are not yet in our 30s. We're getting there, though.
Next year's another year.
But you know, I say that, you know, there was this bond and everything, and here we are almost 30, and I haven't talked to any of them in at least 6 to 10 years. Not a single one of them.
Really?
Probably. Well, you know what? 5 years ago or so, I ran into somebody I went to elementary school with, and that's really, and that was about it.
I don't know anyone from my elementary school, and like I said, I'm going from public school, so it's just like, oh yeah, like this guy's gonna move, this guy's gonna move. We're in the same like high school graduating class in like 2005, you know, like guys, but like we were part of 525 kids. Which for some people,
we were part of it. We were part of a pretty huge class.
Well, like, and it was like the.
I mean, at least for us, huge.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, I don't know.
Depending on where you're from, where you're hailed from, you know, it's just 525 kids. That was one of the longest graduating ceremonies I've ever been a part of.
Well, you say that like you've been a part of many graduating
clearly,
ceremonies.
but it's like, like there's. So I've been to like my cousins, that kind of stuff. Like, oh, we're like 125. I'm like, oh, great, we've done it in a half hour. us was like what 3-4 hours, and we're
I
like,
don't remember it. Honestly. to be blatantly honest with you, I don't remember it.
Like we're like,
I remember before it. Getting there early, talking to a couple of people that were showing up. I got my picture taken in one of the local newspapers, the one of the B's.
Okay,
or something like that.
We know.
No, I'm explaining like not like the big Buffalo News or anything like that. No. But for one of the little local papers, myself and a friend, actually a friend of mine who went to high school with us, but we were friends since that middle school, that private school era. We had our picture taken for the paper there. And really for no other reason than we had just stopped to say hello to each other kind of thing and congratulations, and the camera guy was like, hey, can I get your picture? And we were just like, oh, okay, sure.
Click.
So I remember before our graduation ceremony, and I remember after our graduation ceremony. I don't remember actually walking across the stage doing any of that. I don't know any of that.
I just remember because we're both like in the M's, and I'm just like waiting, like hour and a half goes later, like we're still in the F's, and G's, we're like, oh come on, and then we're just like we're still waiting. We're seeing like beach balls being flown around, and cap and gown saying, oh well, college is gonna suck for you now, or just like some other crap like that, or slice to meet you.
Well, like I said, I don't remember any of that. I don't remember the actual ceremony. I just don't. It's just
and I contacted with probably a few kids in high school, namely this guy right here, and a few other people. But it's just like if you weren't really important to me then, and then.
Well, I mean, who was though? I mean, let's be honest. We weren't.
You can say it.
We weren't the popular kids, if you will.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
We weren't. I mean, let me put it to you this way. In our class, our graduating high school class had they did that graduation video of just photos from throughout the year and things like that. All that nonsense. And they had said that 98% of our class was represented in these photos. Out of the 500 some odd kids, 98% of them were in at least one of these photos. I was in that 2% that was not at all in any of those photos.
I don't remember.
I think you were. I think you were. I think you were in at least one or two of them. Well, because you were doing sports and stuff.
Freshman year, freshman year.
So I think you made it into a couple. I was in zero.
Really?
Zero. I don't know. I couldn't tell you who would have a copy of that video anymore. I know I didn't buy one.
Because I can imagine you in a Glee club.
Right, but yeah, no. If you look back at it now, I was in 0% of those photos.
Fair enough. Was it like the lack of school spirit?
No, it wasn't that so much as and it was weird because you knew me in high school. It's not that I ran with the wrong or bad crowd or anything. I ran with every crowd. I knew people from every walk. You know what I mean? And it was a matter of, I don't know, when they were doing the photos or looking at the photos, that kind of thing. I was, I wasn't there, or I wasn't the guy you thought of. You know what I mean? I wasn't the guy you thought of to take a picture of. You know what I mean? Or take a picture with.
Yeah, exactly.
I just wasn't. Unless we were on stage at a show that we were putting on or something like. We did quite a few of those, but none of them were school related, so they didn't make it in. So they didn't make it into the thing.
Yeah, I think our best performance way back when was we did like a show called A-Rock. I still to this day have no idea what the acronym means. And I think we did Sweet Dreams and.
I loved our performance.
And it was just a really good version. It was a combination of the original and Marilyn Manson's version. I was singing it, and Bob was screaming it, and it just pretty much blended like the heaven and hell, the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
I think that was the best actual belting out scream notes I think I've ever done in my life is when it hits that big switch and
that big climax. Everyone's just all circulating.
I think that was one of the best
performances.
Let's call them screams of my entire life. And I've never duplicated it.
I'm surprised.
I was just in the moment. You know what I mean?
It was and it was just an audition just to be a part of the show. We didn't get a part of the show, but just the fact
Oh, well,
that
I mean, there were better bands. Let's be fair. There were better bands.
Okay, two bands. One was probably dating the judges, and the other one was probably
And the other one was
teacher.
Minkus.
Okay, Minkus. Okay, Minkus, for people who don't know, was this huge popular band that everyone loved. It was just like the.
We loved them too.
We love. Okay, fine. We loved them too. It was like.
They were good guys. They were good guys, and they were great musicians.
It was a local version of the Beatles for us.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but
I'm not saying they were great, but they were talented.
Good.
Everyone had everyone was free spirited, and they just didn't care. But they were like five guys that just rocked out, made beautiful songs, created 2 albums, and they just loved life. And then we're like.
If you're on the other side of the country or on the other side of anywhere outside of this little area, you've never heard of them, and it's fine. They were a high school band when we were in high school, and I don't know why we're still talking about high school, but
glory days,
right? Because those weren't even our glory days. That's the
glory days are pretty much right now and what you're listening to. No, I'm just joking. But but the topic was like, what would you have been doing if you weren't?
Oh yeah, shit. That was we were talking about that. Somehow we got onto.
And I'm like if you weren't doing like right now, I work for a odd shift company. I'm not going to mention the name, but it rhymes with Tina Fey. But
I'm in sales. He's in. I don't even know what you'd call your line of work.
I'm pretty much merchandising. I'm pretty much
merchandising. Okay,
merchandising. You know, aka the bitch work.
And so. So I guess the question was what would I be doing if I wasn't doing that?
Yeah, if you weren't doing that, or if you had the 2 degrees, or like if money was no object, if you had the perfect, absolute best career of your life, what would you be doing if you weren't doing what you're doing right now?
I would be doing what I'm doing right now, and not professional. I mean, talking like literally right now what we're doing. I would be sitting here talking to you professionally. Okay. That's what I would do for a living if I could.
All
right. I can't. I'm not making money off of that, at least not yet. But anybody out there who wants me to shoot their name out, whatever, I will happily do that. But no.
If you know a good sponsor, we'll help you out. We'll drink.
So yeah, I mean, if I were to do anything in life, it would be just whatever strikes me at the moment. And this is one of those things. Maybe it's writing a song. Sometimes maybe it's writing a short story or something like that, and making money off of those things. I haven't been able to do any of that yet in life, but you never know. You never know.
It's just...
So I mean, that still may be to come. But right now, I'm in sales, and other than that, I hang out here with you and drink.
Of course, I think for me, it's just like I need to have this energy to entertain people. Like if money was no object, I would entertain people, whether it's being a radio DJ looking for 98.5 or just being on a cruise ship or like anything else. Just like, I don't care. Just give me a mic, I'll rock it out. I'll do whatever.
Cool. I mean, here's a mic right fuck here.
Oh, I know. Exactly. Exactly. It's like I just love just being in front of people, telling my story or singing my songs or just dancing like a jackass, or just like being drunk at a wedding.
You got a microphone. Nobody's gonna see you dancing right now.
Oh, clearly, unless we got webcam, which.
No, we're not delving into that. People don't need to see our dumbasses doing this. We got to get them to listen first, before they even want to think about seeing us.
2 years when we were on Tosh.0, let me tell you. But
is that even still a thing?
Apparently, he's still rocking.
Oh,
I saw his last comic special.
I mean, good on him. I mean,
I'm
not a fan, but good on him.
The America's Funniest Home Videos on Comedy Central. What you gonna do about it? But it's like I just have this urge to like entertain people or just like listen to people, and that's why I said like maybe be a songwriter, be a listener, be a preacher, or something like that. Just because I just love listening to people. I need to be with that customer interaction because it's just like what I do now is it's great, and I just merchandise stuff. But I've been doing that stuff for practically 10, 15 years. I've been stocking books for my first job in a library to stocking booze for 8 years, and now I'm doing this stuff, and it's just I miss that physical interaction with people, just like talking to people.
Well, I mean, you were interacting with people at the booze job too, though.
Yeah, of course, and just like helping them hear their stories, and just like saying I have a wedding to go to, I don't know what to get, I don't know what to do. Here's my things. I like $20 for a red, and I think I helped you out in a couple of bottles. And I think
absolutely.
And I think for
No, I mean you were good at your job. I mean that's.
I think I end up actually giving you like a bottle I recommended to you for you to be proposed to your future wife.
No, I mean it was a bottle. I mean it was a bottle that you had recommended that I. Well, there's two different bottles. It depends on what you're talking about.
Okay.
There was the one that I remember the most is that I had gone to you the first time I was gonna um, have dinner with Rachel's parents.
Okay.
Rachel being my fiance, Rachel's parents, and you suggested, I told Mendo what I liked and what they liked, and I wanted to show up with a decent bottle, that kind of thing. And he, he was really good and showed me around, and
I think I ended up giving you like a French Bordeaux from like
I don't even know. I
2008
honestly
or
don't. I
9.
don't remember what it was, but he gave me that. He hooked me up with that bottle. I purchased it and went over there, and we ended up having a great night and everything like that. So, he was really good at that kind of thing, finding the right bottle for you. And the bottle I think you're thinking of is a bottle he had brought over to my house where we are now. It ended up being the bottle. Like, we didn't drink it the night he brought it over, and a little while later, it was the bottle that Rachel and I were drinking the night we got engaged, and that was really cool. That's also going to be one of the bottles featured in our wedding ceremony that's coming in October. You will see it again.
Now, audience,
It won't be. I don't think it'll be available the night of the wedding, unless we specifically ask for it, like as far as the but we will have a bottle put into our wine box and locked away, and that's it's just something like that kind of it carries weight. It means something to us.
Exactly. I'm actually happy that you're just getting engaged, man, because it's like love is just like a beautiful thing. And for me, honestly, you kind of inspired me, and I actually found my love of my life, Michael, who's just absolutely fantastic, and we're celebrating our 1 year next month. It's gonna be fantastic. If it wasn't for this man, I pretty much didn't know what love was, what meant. And with Michael, he told me.
Well, thank you. I mean, that's cool.
It is. He actually showed me. Michael, my boyfriend, is showed me what true love looks like, and what true compassion, happiness actually feels like. And it feels like a warm blanket just wrapped around you. It feels awesome. You feel snug. You're pretty much wearing a snuggie when you're in a relationship. It just feels nice and cozy. You're like, oh, I don't want to let go of this thing. And
that's cutesy. Take a shot.
Fine, I'll take a shot.
But let's get
I'm a lovey bitch. Shut up.
No. I mean, that is cool. I mean, that's cool. I am happy for you. Sincerely.
And it took me a long time to find love.
I've never seen this guy happier. Honestly, it is really cool. But at the same time, I mean, come on, let's keep it real.
I'm sorry. I'm like Velveeta. I'm so cheesy. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, but I'm more happy for you, man, because it's just like you kind of inspired me, and the fact that we've been together all these years, and it's just absolutely fantastic. And I wish you nothing but happiness in your marriage. And people say it's always a ball and chain. It's honestly with you and Rachel, it's absolutely an even keel. It's no one's weight, other one's weight. And I've seen you probably gotten to a fight maybe once, maybe twice, but other than that, you guys have been cool, smooth, calm, and collected.
I mean, it's not a matter of. I mean, every couple fights. That's not.
Exactly.
Don't judge a relationship on how much or how little they fight, because every couple fights. It's how they resolve it. That's what you want. If you are in a happy relationship and you get in an argument. Fine, it's going to happen. That's going to happen. It's just, are you going to let it sit and stew and become toxic, exactly. or do you talk it out and you go, okay, well that actually wasn't as big of a thing as we thought it was.
Exactly.
And then that's what relationships should be. At least we feel.
Fair
I don't know. Everybody's got their own definitions and things like that, and everybody's got their own relationships. I don't want to put anything down on anybody else. But we seem to work it out just fine. So
fair enough. What kept you together all these years? What was the thing that was just
well,
like,
I
you
mean,
know what?
I like how you say all these years, like we've been together since we were like teenagers.
It's not for me. Like I've known you for a couple of years. It's like, and it's like you've been going back and forth and all that stuff. And it's just like for you, second I see you guys, I feel like you finish each other's sentences. You feel like you're like we pretty much like
Well,
yin and yang together.
We're just super comfortable together, and I think a lot of it comes to we were both when we got together this past time. I mean, for those of you who are unaware, which would be everybody, because all three of you listening to the show,
clearly.
We
Once again, thank you.
We dated briefly in high school, and we hooked up a little bit in college and things like that, and kind of bounced back and forth, but never really. Well, she was in college, I wasn't. Anyway, bounced back and forth a bit here and there, and never actually committed to a relationship or anything. But this past time, this most recent time, a couple of years back, when we actually officially got together and things like that, where was I going with this? We had just both come off, I had just come off of a pretty fucking toxic relationship, and she was coming off of a pretty toxic relationship, and we'd both been off of those relationships for long enough to have had fun too. Like she had her, she was dating for, I don't know, 6 months to a year or whatever, and I was out, trying to maybe date for 6 months or whatever, 6-8 months or whatever, and it came down to by the time we got back together, we were just both kind of done with the bullshit. We were done with the nonsense, the BS, and we were ready to be. Well, not even that. We were ready to just be done with stupid shit. We were both coming off of pretty toxic relationships, and we were just ready to be. And it's gonna sound bad saying it out loud. It really is. We were ready to be vanilla. We were ready to be to be boring, to be even keel.
Not even those chocolate chips, not rock and roll.
No. We just wanted to be, regular fucking people, not stressed out or bogged down or anything like that. We just wanted to be happy and just be, that American dream a little bit. And as lame and cliche as that sounds, like we didn't want to be fucking who we were in the relationships we were in anymore. And when we got to each other, we were just like, well, we're good, right? And that was it. From there on out, we were both good, and we still are. We are still both very happy. And when I say, don't get me wrong, when I say we were ready to be vanilla, I don't mean anything like our love life, anything like that. No, our love life is still great, and it is still.
It's still Tuesday. Is it still love night now?
Yeah, but it's but as far as nobody needs to stress about. Oh, are you out doing this or you doing that? What do we do? We're sitting here. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. We're sitting out in the garage, fucking talking, and she's already up in bed. And in my past relationship, if it was 1 o'clock, I was sitting up talking to a buddy. And you can probably attest to this.
I would.
I'd get bitched out the next day or minutes later, and it was a terrible toxic relationship.
It really was.
And now it's I went inside and I said goodnight to her when she told me she was going to bed, and I came back out here to sit down and start recording this fucking thing with you, and neither one of us had any arguments about it. We weren't. There's nothing to stress over. Neither of us are overreactors. In fact, we're both almost damagingly, detrimentally underreactors. We don't,
Fair enough.
you know, we don't.
It's like, does this bother you? No, it doesn't. Why shouldn't it? It should.
Yeah, nothing fucking like
doesn't.
shit just rolls off us, and I mean, and honestly, that's a thing that for even both of us, I think bothers some of our friends and things like that. Is that shit just doesn't fucking bother either of us.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, you and I have had our a bit of quarrels with things of that nature. You know,
Oh God, yeah.
where it's just like, shouldn't you care? And it's like, well, I do care, but I'm not letting it affect me right now.
Exactly.
Like, and that's, you know,
and that part was like, I kind of envy you because it's just like, and part of me is just like, did I regret? A part of me, I didn't really date in high school. I didn't really find anyone. I kind of.
Yeah, that's okay. I dated in high school, and it was a nightmare. High school, fuck anybody who's in high school who's listening to this.
I hope you're listening.
Listen up. You're not actually dating. You're fucking stupid, is what you are. And that's it, right there. You're fucking stupid.
But Rob, I'm gonna find my high school sweetheart. We're gonna get married. And
Yeah,
have a wife
that hasn't happened
kids.
since the '60s. You know, that doesn't happen anymore. And if it does, it ends in divorce. You know,
only half.
There's no high school
50-50. You're fine.
There's no fucking high school sweetheart anymore. There's no falling in love at the age of fucking 16. It doesn't happen. And I'm not saying that what you're feeling isn't real by any means. You know, high school kids, what you're feeling is real. That is love to you. But it's not true fucking love. True fucking love, believe it or not, is sitting around in your fucking pajamas watching TV and getting up. Yeah, somebody getting up and getting the other person a fucking beer. That's true fucking love. That's what love is without asking, somebody will get up and get you a beer or what have you. You know,
the kindness of their heart. I mean,
yeah.
It's like I haven't really dated that kind of stuff because at the time, like, I was quote unquote in transition because I didn't knew I was gay and people thought well before I knew, and good on them. It's just
I was necessary of it.
Yeah, I love you too. But it's just like, maybe it was like certain actions, the way I perceive things or whatever. And I was like, I'm not gay. There's no way I'm gay. La 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 la. And then I go to college and I met this one girl and I met a couple girls like, oh, I like you. You're cute, whatever. You know, do a couple dates. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking dating my sister. I need to break this shit off. My God.
Well, I mean, to be fair, and not that means you're gay. I mean that. You could have just not been with the right girl. That's fine.
And
you know, that it is what it is.
And then,
but you know, to your credit, you know, you figured out who you were, and you made yourself happy, and that's fine.
Exactly.
You know, but let's not overstep it here. Let's not say, you know, just because you're hanging out with girls and you're not feeling anything towards them, that means you're gay. No. Maybe you just haven't found the right girl. Let's be fair.
Right, and then for some reason it just took like one kiss from a guy, and then I was just like, well, downstairs is working. I guess this is pretty much where I am now. And then came up and dated a couple guys here and there. I went online dating, and then a lot of people like knock on online dating. I still knock on. Yeah, I know.
But I mean, I get it. You know,
it's just like in this day and age, like you said, but
see, I think that's the thing right there. I think that's the thing right there is you got to preface it with, well, in this day and age, it really is. Yeah, no, it is, but it's just like, okay, I mean, come on, that just sounds like sounds like the classic, like, well, in this day and age, it's acceptable. Don't worry. Like,
yeah, because before that, it was just like pen pals from Mexico,
and it's like, no, that's
not. Hope they got a response back.
That's not a thing.
It's just, like, yeah, I'm from the non-normal, whatever, but it's just, I met my high school sweetheart. I haven't talked to anyone in high school or college. Yeah, I've dated a couple dudes in a couple websites, Plenty of Fish for one. I can tell you a reason why it's called that. It's called that for a reason. You get like sharks and minnows and guppies and people that want to eat it. No, dear God, no. And then
if you kept going with that, I may have stopped you there too.
Oh, of course,
it's just I mean, you sounded like you were going down a weird track.
Trust me, I've dated some minnows and guppies. I've yet to find my goldfish until I went to OkCupid. So I'm not saying, and so yes, OkCupid, you're to get publicity, so you can read my check. But anyway, I went on a couple of dates.
Check. You act like anybody's listening to this shit.
Oh,
No.
clearly, yeah. Royalties of $25, free publicity. OkCupid.com. But I dated a couple of guys from OkCupid, and some were good, some were bad, and then I was about 2 days away from like just shutting down love and just saying, love's for jackasses. Screw that. I'm not gonna meet someone at a gay bar. I met someone at a straight bar or whatever. Because I'm not saying like gay bars and stuff like that, but it's like if I'm supposed to meet a gay guy, it's just like I'm supposed to meet like a young twink who's just gonna be like, oh my god, I'm into Adele and all this other crap. I'm like, I'm the exact opposite. I'll listen to Slipknot, rock out to Skindred, drink like whiskey and like talk different philosophical stuff and like get my ass kicked in Madden. You know what I mean? I'm like the opposite of the normal gay guy. I'm like like the masculine gay guy. I'm like the unicorn of people. I feel as though, because like
Well, I mean, you have to feel that about yourself, right? I mean, everybody thinks they're fucking great.
Yeah,
let's be fair. Let's be fair. I mean, I think I'm fucking awesome.
Oh, clearly you are.
Well, see, they can't see you make that fucking hand gesture, so fuck off. They think you believe that.
Okay. But it's just like, but when people say gay people, they think that flamboyant gay guy, V-neck T-shirt, six-pack ab looking like Zac Efron, looking to, bang, bang, boom.
Wait, is Zac Efron gay?
No. I wish he was. He's my dream. But that and Rob Gronkowski. So, Rob, how you doing? You got a gay fan. So,
okay. All right.
I'm sorry. Mia Kunis is yours. I can't have
No.
I can't have
I was still on the other guy,
Zac
Efron. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, Zac and Rob, how you doing? But it's cool. I come from talking to guys like Rob who bred me on like rock music and metal music and drinking different stuff and smoking different cigars and that kind of stuff and being an actual gentleman like Neil Patrick Harris and just there's different other people like that and it took me a while.
Now he's definitely gay, right?
Oh, he is gay.
Super gay.
Super, not like Adam Lambert gay, but it's just like
he played super straight, so I got to imagine his actual life is like the inverse of that.
Exactly,
like super gay. He played the Barney Stinson, the playboy like super hetero dude. So I got to imagine like he's like the gay settled down family type.
And he is. He's got a couple of kids. And
oh, okay,
and
yeah.
man,
All right, so I'm right.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Okay.
He's gay. He's married and all that stuff. And I'm glad New York State got married. So I'm hopefully within a year or so I could like to put a ring on it and just it's a freaking beautiful thing. And like I kissed a lot of frogs. I dated a lot of frogs and. I'm glad that Michael sent me that one like, and then I was about to just close out love for good, and like it's like, oh, you got a message from so and so.
Well, isn't that always the way though? I mean,
I'm like,
I was about to give the fuck up, and then no.
You got mail. I'm like, oh crap. I'm like at this point, well, fuck it.
What are you from 1998? Come on.
Really?
You've got that. Fuck you.
I'm sorry, AOL, represent 1990s, 87, bitch. Yeah, Tetris. Anyway. But he said like, hey, I kind of like your profile, kind of like what you're looking at, because I'm just like, listen, I'm into Slipknot, Skindred, How I Met Your Mother, and cigars. If you don't like it, piss off. If you like it, message me, but give me more than just, hey, what's up? I'm 10 inches. I'm sorry, I don't want to date a midget. I just want to date a man, okay? Can you give me like some guy who's like at least 5'10" or above? And the guy was like, oh, I'm 6'5". I'm like, bullshit. And I went to our first date. And
so what you're saying is short dudes are useless to you? That's what you're...
I'm not intimidated by a turd I can step on, okay? I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, if, there's gay, like I can take it up to here. Like, kill him. But,
I have no idea what you just said.
I know. Okay, Booze, how you doing? Okay. But we went to, coffee shop in... outside the suburbs of Buffalo, and as soon as he walks out of his car, I was like, "Holy crap, you're that tall!" And
so height's a thing for you. Clearly, that's what we're getting.
Height's a thing because I was surprised. I was like 6'5", because like online people lie and shit. Like, oh, I'm 6'5", I'm really 5'6". Yeah, I'm 5'10". Yeah, I'm really 10'5". No. But like as soon as I saw him, I'm like, the first thing I said to him was like, "Holy shit, you're fucking tall." He was like, well, yeah. And then it kind of blossomed from there, and it just became this one coffee date that just never ended. And we
I
walked.
mean, that's cool. I mean, I just wanted to like, so height is a factor. That's a thing.
Height's a little bit of a factor. Like I don't mind, looking at the
Because
sun.
I mean, when I was dating, height was a thing for me too. But in the opposite respect,
Okay.
I prefer girls who are shorter. You know what I mean? Like, and not like stupid short,
Yeah. How you doing?
like ridiculously short. No,
Green tiger. Yeah.
but like I mean, Rachel rocks a solid, what, 5 foot, 5'1",
Mm-hmm.
something like that. And I mean, so 5'5" to like 5 foot, like somewhere there, like that's where I don't want to look up to a girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well.
But I mean, and I guess you're on the opposite spectrum.
Kind of like it's like me. It's like if you're my height, cool, but I want something to look up to. Get it? Look up to.
And that's.
But it's like, I'm like, I want to talk down to you. And like, oh, he's at my.
No, I mean,
level.
eye to eye would be cool too.
Exactly.
Like, and I know I said 5'5" and under, but I mean, my height too would be 5'8", 5'9", or whatever.
Yeah.
Would be fine. But preferably a little shorter than me, and that's, I don't know, it's just been a personal preference of mine. It's nothing against tall girls. I'm sure you guys are awesome. It's just
didn't make the cut.
I mean, you just weren't my thing. Not that you'd want to be anyway, so it's okay. It's cool. Don't worry about it. It's nothing you wanted to deal with anyway. But yeah, no, I was always interested in girls who were shorter than me, and apparently you're dudes who got some height on you. They got a little reach on you, yeah.
A little slight height, a little slight reach, like I said, he's 6'5", kind of built like Santa, but I didn't care.
So is it fair to say that you're more into like the bears?
No,
like,
I wouldn't say bears. It's just like. At that point, I just want to...
Like, not to label things.
The bears,
like, I mean, is that more of a... Is that closer to a thing if you were to put a thing on it?
Yes and no, but at the same time, it's just like, I just want, just like Janis Joplin, I need somebody to love, or I want somebody to love, so it's just, it doesn't matter, and then like I looked in his eyes, and it's just like...
Was that Joplin? I thought that was Jefferson. That's Jefferson Airplane.
Want somebody to love?
Yeah.
That's
Jefferson Airplane. You want me to look it up?
Want somebody to love. Don't you need somebody to love.
Yeah, that's fucking Jefferson Airplane.
Look that up. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll do a shot right now if it's not Janis Joplin right now. So while he is looking at that, but anyway, okay, my boyfriend is pretty much from the country. And what I mean country, like I didn't realize, like when I looked up online, like based in New York, and it's near Alabama. I'm like, the state? No, it's based in Alabama, which is about a 30-minute drive in rural country. I'm from the suburbs, but it's just like, the first time I looked up Basin, I'm like, you're in like Lockport, Medina. Okay, for people who don't know, it's like more farm country, maybe a couple of wineries here and there, but it's just like you're driving, like, you're just like, not gonna die, what the hell was that? Oh my God, shit, no! But it's just,
You're just off on a tangent or something.
Yeah, okay. You're just looking up because you want me to do a shot right now.
Oh no, yeah, but you're wrong. Just so you know. I'm right.
Really?
I'm right. You're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
No,
okay,
I'm telling you, I'm right.
Okay, no,
It's Jefferson Airplane.
Come on.
Somebody to love. Jefferson Airplane.
With it. Okay. Yeah, I now hate you. Fine, I'll do my shot now. Thank you. Because like every time I heard it was a female voice singing on the track.
Yeah, Jefferson Airplane. Yeah.
I thought it was Janis who was singing.
No, it's not Janis.
Really?
It's definitely not Janis.
Okay. Learn something new every day. The more you know. Okay, I was completely toned up, but I can sing great. I can sing like Bruno Mars, just more sexier.
I hear sing good.
Wow. So other than that, I eventually like I said, next month, I plan on celebrating a 1-year anniversary, which is probably the longest relationship I've ever been in. I've been in, I think longest after that was on again, off again for about 2 years. But if you want to break it down, okay, maybe about 6-7 months. But it's gonna feel feels really damn good just to find someone that you absolutely love.
Well, that's cool, dude.
And,
I mean,
and
that's
I hate to
good.
be all,
I mean,
and I'm gonna be like much like, oh,
yeah,
but I'm
let's.
just
I mean,
saying.
let's. Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Let's,
I don't
you know,
want. I don't want to harp on the mushy. Because I
we're
feel
mad,
like.
damn it.
Well, no, I feel like. No, I honestly, I feel like you've been on a tangent about it for a little bit.
Sorry.
No, I mean, nothing wrong with it, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't following the whole damn thing.
No, thank you. Honesty, yeah.
I mean, wait, what, you want me to lie to you? Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, yeah, no, I mean, I don't know, what else were we talking about? We were talking about something else, I
we
think.
were talking about, careers and love, and let's just see.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just really, I mean, and it's going to continue to be, letting people get to know us, and that's...
Yeah. And there's gonna be more stuff to follow on.
Not saying that I'm wrapping this up by any means or anything, guys. I'm kind of trying to catch back up to where we were. We have different conversations, especially we don't harp back onto high school or anything like that too often.
Exactly.
We really we don't. We're not those guys who are trying to bring back the glory days. Blah, blah, blah. But we were trying to give everybody a little bit of background of who we are and what it is, where it is we come from, and you probably got none of that, honestly, through all of the talking. You probably got zero information.
These
about
guys
it.
are so bored. I wonder what's on Netflix.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, go for it.
Yeah, you would.
If you can turn on Netflix and find something more interesting, please do.
Let me know what happens to Frasier in season 7, because right now I'm at season 2, and I have no idea what happens right now.
What have you, like, you've never watched Frasier in your life?
Come
What's
on.
wrong with you?
Okay, I've watched many shows. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm always the person that wasn't allowed to watch Rugrats. Okay, whatever.
Rugrats is awesome. But,
Again,
I mean, Frasier?
I'm sorry. I watched like 2 seconds of it when I was a kid. I was like, okay,
Well,
boring.
I mean,
okay.
when you're
Family
a kid.
Matters,
When you're a kid.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
You flip right the fuck through Frasier, but I'm surprised that this is the first time you've actually gone back to it as an adult.
Because, you had Snick, you had the big orange couch. You had,
I'm talking like as an adult going back to it. Like
I honestly never, because like it never appealed to me, because like when I went for Madai, I was like, oh, I'm going to go for radio. Never realized that Frasier was about radio, because I'm an idiot, and here we are. Yes, Mendo is now an idiot. I admit it. Yes, I've been an idiot for over 29 years. How you doing? Anyway.
Yeah, Frasier's a great show. I love Frasier. I love Cheers too, obviously, where Frasier stemmed from.
Which apparently one of the Norm from would have been a Niagara Falls Comic Con, but he was charging, I think it was like.
No, it was just he didn't get enough response, and then he had another thing that opened up that was gonna pay him better.
Exactly, apparently.
Which is cool. I mean, do your thing.
I was like, drink a beer with Norm. I'm sorry.
Yo, I would pay money to go drink a beer with him.
$135 to drink an 8-ounce beer.
Yeah, I would rather pay $135 drinking an 8-ounce beer.
Even if it was
Norm,
like
with Norm, rather than and I know to all of those who know me and know me with any sort of consistency, I would rather pay that than $200 for a picture with Shawn Michaels. And Shawn Michaels is, to me, a god among God. He is the icon, the legend, the showstopper. He is the main event.
This is Saturday night.
He was the dude. He's my favorite professional wrestler of all time, and in my eyes, the greatest professional wrestler of all time. Even if he was in but I would rather pay $130 to have a beer with Norm than $200 to take a picture with Shawn.
Okay, for me, I would be the exact opposite. It's like it's like I said, I'm a fan, like a huge diehard fan, but it's just like every time I see him, those assless chaps and just like cracking up that sweet shit music and just.
What,
damn
Shawn?
music. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm sorry, he was a sex symbol next to.
He was dude. He was the dude. He was the company for years. It was him and like the Undertaker that basically Vince McMahon just hung his hat on, for years, which was awesome because those are two of my favorite wrestlers, and that was the era that I grew up watching. So it was like awesome.
And I think And I think when wrestling died was when Undertaker happened to get that one loss. And
oh well, wrestling had died. Wrestling had died years before then, but the Brock Lesnar WrestleMania loss.
I'm going to end you.
Let's not even get into that. That was just.
It's just
brutal.
Oh my God, we just drank our sorrows in like 3 gallons of beer apiece.
I threw beer bottles at the wall.
I think you did.
Smashed. Like,
oh my God,
I was not happy.
Just
and then, but let's not harp on.
No, I know. There's probably talented wrestlers now that are pretty awesome. My favorite still now is Kofi Kingston. I think.
Is he still active? I don't even know.
He's still active. He's a Jamaican high flyer. He's a combination of Rey Mysterio but more Jamaican, and just that high flyer type of action. Unfortunately, I think Roman Reigns, who was the WWE champion at one point. Yeah, I'm saying WWE. Well, it should be WWF. Come on, people. I understand World Wildlife Fund, but really,
I'm actually a huge supporter of the World Wildlife Fund. I'm saying, like, I love the whole thing. I've donated to the World Wildlife Fund multiple times, but no, I agree. When I was a kid, it was the WWF, and
exactly.
It was the WWF.
World Wrestling Federation, World Wildlife Fund. I get it.
Right.
Help people, entertainment. Animals, entertainment, animals.
Right. You guys could have like put corporation after one of them or something like that, But I mean, in any event, when I was growing up, it was the WWF, and that's what I loved. I loved the Attitude Era. I grew up in the Attitude Era. I loved the Attitude Era, and that was it. I mean, honestly, I stopped watching wrestling pretty much after the Attitude Era, and after that, I kept watching. I'd watch WrestleMania, and I'd watch the Big Four. Yeah. WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, and SummerSlam. I'd watch the Big Four, but I didn't really follow the sport. And yes, sport. I say sport. I didn't follow the sport, since. I mean, and I know for many, the Attitude Era actually rolls into like 2003, something like that. But for me, the Attitude the Attitude Era really ended probably about 1999, 2000, and that's really about when I was done with it. It started in 1997. Anybody will tell you that, and maybe 96 if you argue it well. And it ended in about 99, 2000, and that was the Attitude Era, at least for me. And it was. Officially, it was till, like I said, 2003 or whatever, but that wasn't
on the
what I watched.
And on the opposite side of reality land, I was actually on the good side of wrestling called WCW, when they actually had actual wrestlers with Hulk Hogan.
How much have you had to drink?
I'm sorry.
You mean the washed-up guys that I had watched 10 years before?
Who actually made it fun and interesting because Eric Bischoff
put them on a fucking ridiculous nightmare.
Who loved money?
Ridiculous
nightmare. And I'm sorry, McMahon didn't love money either. Come on, seriously.
I said that Bischoff was a fucking nightmare. I didn't say anything about money. You said money.
Okay, over Paul Heyman. Okay, Paul Heyman was a nightmare over Bischoff.
They both suck.
Yeah, but they both got money and both promoted the shit out of WCW and ECW, respectively.
Yeah, and who bought both of those out? The WWF. Why? Because it was a better, stronger product, and they had the better athletes.
Yeah, about that.
The better athletes in the entire. There's not even an argument about it. They had the better talent.
But it's just when it comes to when you got the wrestling magazines, it's even when you see WCW versus WWF. I would have loved to see HBK and Undertaker, which did happen, but I really wish that match would happen years ago.
It did. Sting. It happened plenty of times.
Sting.
They were in the WWF together forever.
The
Undertaker and Shawn Michaels wrestled many times through the Attitude Era and before.
Or Sting and Undertaker, the match.
Well, everybody's still waiting for that, but it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Sting's done. I don't care what the gossip rags want to say. Sting's done.
It's
and even if he wasn't, I mean, now you're looking at two fucking geriatric old men fucking slapping it out in the ring. which I'm sure I would tune the fuck in because it's Sting and The Undertaker. But, you know, is it going to be a great match?
Yeah,
no,
it's
probably
just,
not. You
but,
know?
but also you also got other people that from WWE or F for that matter, who got their start from WCW, which was Chris Jericho, Dean Malenko, Rey Mysterio, all those.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that they were any good.
Diamond Dallas Page, who got their start late.
Yeah, I mean there
One
are
of my
some
favorite
there,
wrestlers of all
there
time
are
was
some
Don
who
Bell.
were great in the WCW,
Yeah.
but couldn't hold a fucking candle in the WWF or the WWE as it became, like Diamond Dallas Page. Diamond Dallas Page was huge in the WCW. When they made the transition,
And
he was nothing.
Unfortunately,
Because he couldn't hang with that level. He couldn't hang with that level.
He could have, but he
couldn't. He didn't have it left in him. He didn't have it left in him.
I feel as though the persona that they gave him was like, I like me, you like me, everybody like no, being a diamond cutting guy who dates Kimberly from the Nitro Girls. I'm just saying, just bring something out of it, bring some excitement back.
You were looking
at. I feel as though they pretty much watered down the WCW guys, the ECW guys. The
WCW guys were watered down though. That's the thing. What you're not realizing is that being that you didn't watch the WWF at the time,
unfortunately,
is that coming from the WCW into the WWF/WWE, they couldn't hang because they weren't as talented as the guys that were in the WWF. The guys that were in and I'm sure some of it was the old boys club, you know, that kind of thing.
It's just like,
but there was a whole lot of your talent. You may have been the best performer here, but when you bring that over here, you're still only mediocre. Meaning that their best is miles above you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why they didn't hang.
Fair enough. And like WWF did start rocking on WCW doors, like especially during that one big tag from DX, running into WCW. I remember that day.
Yeah, I mean and that was iconic. That was cool. You know, and I was obviously I was watching that night. Obviously, everybody was back then. But
exactly. It's just,
but yeah, no, I mean,
for some reason, like I saw like WWF matches, and like, okay, they're great, but I went to WCW, like, great, Natural Girls, boobs, fantastic.
Well, right, but that's the thing. That's the thing. They were just like, oh, pyro and boobs and that's it. Like, oh, wrestling ability? No. Well, if you want wrestling ability, we have it, but it's at our fucking cruiserweight division. Where'd those guys go?
Let's see.
There you go. Those are the guys who can wrestle. Everybody else is either fucking
Goldberg,
old as shit,
Hulk Hogan,
or don't know actually how to fucking wrestle.
Goldberg.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That came out loud.
Don't kill me. That's it.
Yeah,
that's what you had. That's what you had.
Yeah, because if Brock Lesnar and Goldberg were to go at it, who would win?
Nobody. Everyone would lose.
Even the fans.
Especially the fans. Everyone would lose.
Goldberg, okay? Really, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar. You had a gun to your head. Pick one. Like Trump and Clinton, which is going to happen.
Yeah, I couldn't because they were both terrible. One is still currently terrible. The other used to be fucking terrible.
And it's now still got enrolled in the UFC apparently.
Yeah, well, good on him. I mean, nobody wants to watch him in WWE anymore, so whatever.
Oh, but Paul Heyman's got money, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, and he's a moneymaker. Good on him. But he's uninteresting. He is uninteresting in a wrestling ring. And from what I saw of him in a fucking UFC ring, he was pretty fucking uninteresting there. So whatever.
He's just a big behemoth. Just like
I mean, he's gonna sit on you and fucking punch you. Which, granted, for UFC, that's gonna work.
Yeah,
if you can hit, if you can actually throw anything behind your punches, that's gonna work for you. Good on you, and I won't take anything away from you.
Yeah,
but in a wrestling ring, you know, in a professional wrestling atmosphere, he's a big, just giant fucking boring dude.
Just a wall that's gonna flop around.
I can't stand him just because he's boring to watch. He's not a good wrestler. He's not a good performer. He's really not a good performer. You know, I can't do it. So, but yeah, I mean, in any event, guys, that's this is going to be our show. We're going to talk about a lot of random things, whether it be professional wrestling or whatever sport happens to be on at the time. When Bill's season hits, you'll see we'll tear it up. And you know, comic books and movies and television and our past and our present, our future. We're just going to talk about whatever the fuck we want to. And thank you for tuning in.
You're awesome.
You know,
Hey,
that's cool. If you like what you heard,
and if you have
tell
any
your friends.
If you have any comments that you want to mention about the show, please.
Comments or topics you want us to touch on, things like that, leave it in any comment section, or you can email us. The email address will be posted with the rest of our stuff.
Definitely.
So if there's anything anybody wants to hear us talk about, and again, we don't shy away from any topic. We won't. You know, we don't want to get too controversial. We'll touch on anything you give us.
But I think we should probably end up with a lovely little toast that we usually do every time we drink. And I say this. It goes, here's to me.
Here's to you.
Here's to love and laughter. I'll be true so long as you and not a moment after. Have a good time.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody.
Good night.